Your first skill testing question. Do you think Trudy is a thief?
An official lever in convening
Let's find out.
Controlling the work done at that particular table, whether it be a cabinet for the clerk or the NSC for the NSIA. So that has already strengthened and codified to a certain extent the role of the NSIA. But we have found that publishing mandate letters that delineate clearly my expectations of what, in most cases, ministers, which is what they're directed at, are expected to do, what authorities they have, and how they're expected to function, has been incredibly useful, a tool that is very bespoke for the moment you're in and the kind of organization that your government has particularly set up. Publishing the mandate letters means that the public knows clearly what is expected of these individuals. Journalists and academics can dig into whether a particular official or minister is fulfilling their role as expected and how they're doing on that. But the most important use of the mandate letters we've actually found is internal to government themselves. We find that public servants in various departments regularly consult the mandate letters that we have published so that they know exactly what the minister is responsible for, what they're actually trying to do. And a mandate letter for the National Security and Intelligence Advisor would seem to me to be an excellent use of both empowering and clarifying the expectations of a given government at a given moment in a public way, but also in an accountable way.
So that would be a way to maybe give some structure without compromising on flexibility?
I wouldn't say that, because it's not the mandate letter that gives the structure. The way we set up the office, the way we task and empower various parts of government is inherent. The mandate letter would outline, would reveal that structure and give direction on the outcomes that we want to have. And I think that's where it could be useful.
Okay. I'm going to come back to the National Security Council because it's something I want to discuss in more depth. But before that, and before leaving the topic of information flow more generally, there's a couple of intelligence products that have come up repeatedly in the Commission's proceedings that I want to ask you about. One is called the targeting paper. And so this one is, just to introduce it briefly, a document that was drafted by CSIS in 2021 about the PRC's essentially targeting of Canadian political actors for influence operations. And it wasn't published in 2021. It was published in 2023 and circulated to a small number of public servants. There was a second, more sanitized version with, for instance, names removed, produced of it. And the intention was that would be circulated more widely. And we've heard from the CSIS director, Mr. Vigneault, former director, that in his view, that should have been provided to you. So last time we broached this topic, Prime Minister was in camera, and at that time you'd never seen the targeting paper at all, and I understand that you now have. Okay.
Yes.
Having seen it now, do you have any views on whether it's something that should have come to your attention in 2023?
Well, one of the reflections I have on how this sort of piece of analysis has caused so much reflection around this commission and various chatter is the phrase targeting paper by China is fairly alarming. What the targeting paper actually talks about is that China has broadly classified into three different groups parliamentarians in their diplomatic activities, some as being positive towards China and perhaps there to engage in constructive ways, others who are neutral or convincible to be more positive towards China, to show up at various events, and others who have demonstrated themselves to be more antagonistic to the Communist Party of China's government by speaking out strongly on the Uyghur issue or on human rights in Hong Kong or on various other of the issues that China doesn't like people to discuss publicly and criticize them on. The fact that Chinese diplomats are categorizing MPs in their outreach abilities into those three categories is not itself particularly revelatory to me or new information to me. It is fairly obvious, and it is part of what diplomats do in every country around the world. I mean, when we are busy fighting to defend or renegotiate NAFTA with the United States under the Trump administration a few years ago, we had very clear lists of, okay, this Republican governor could be very helpful to us. This one is going to be a challenge, so let's stay away from them or try and come at them or try to neutralize their influence on others. That's just part of diplomacy right there. I will say that
diplomacy, bud.
Read the targeting
Secret
paper
Service
in detail
digging
now.
for information
There were some
to put up against that person who's
interesting,
probably a good person in politics. So you can be
factoids or
grimier
tidbits in
in
there that I
communism.
said, oh, okay, that's
Don't get
interesting.
me started, yo.
None of them
This guy is so slimy.
significantly altered
He is so slimy, you guys.
at all my
This
perception
guy is so
of
slimy. I'll see you guys next time. I can't do too many of these more. I'm going to start losing my shit. Trudy is so slimy. I'm starting to realize that everyone in politics is an absolute loser. Absolute loser. So you can't find a person in politics that actually has biceps and actually does their job. You're only going to find people in politics who are conniving, slithering, snakes. Don't forget I said that. You guys, I can't tell you exactly what I know, but I can tell you I have seen these disgusting despicables up close with my own eyes. And I'm telling you straight up, they are the dirtiest, grimiest, disgusting, childish, grown adolescents you've ever seen. Trust me. Remember, if you enjoy my shows that I watch, make sure you drop hella likes on this channel. Because I'm the only one doing what everybody should be doing. So step up and do your part. Stop playing your little dinky video games all day. Stop jerking your little goof all day. You need to do stuff. Get off your ass and do stuff. Be something. I'll see you guys next time. Hashman out.